Okay, let's now hear from our second and third place finisher in the second Budweiser Duel at Daytona. Just finished up here at Daytona International Speedway, and our race runner-up is Kasey Kahne. He drove the number 5 Farmers Insurance Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. And Kasey, talk about your run out there today and how you think things are shaking out for your team on Sunday.
Well, I thought we had a great run today. We was able to get right to Jeff in the first 4 or 5 laps there, and from that point just trailed him and tried messing with lanes and of choice and things like that. But once we had the pit stop, we were a little ways behind and kind of got in with Paul Menard and a few of those guys and popped back up to the leaders. And at that point, it was just so strung out. There's only 6, 7 cars in a line, so it made it tough to make a move. And at the end, we were able to get a couple cars on that last lap. But Kyle was fast, and so was the 20. The 33 pushed me really well, and I think the 15 was right in there too. So it was a good run for us.
Thank you, Kasey. Let's go to the press box for our first question for Kasey Kahne. Okay, they're getting there. It's on a 5-second delay.
Oh, okay.
Question for Kasey.
Fox Sports. Wanted to ask you, after watching Kevin Harvick's dominant run last Saturday night and then again today, does anybody have anything for him on Sunday?
I think Kevin looks really good. I always think Kevin's one of the guys to beat when we come to Daytona, especially. He's got this place figured out, and for a long time he has. So he showed that they're really fast, and he understands this type of racing really well. I think he can be beat. Yeah, there's I felt like my car, Jeff, the 18 win. I mean, there's a few of us in that second race there that had really good cars, and I could move around really well, similar to what Harvick looked like in the first one. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, Kevin's gonna be good.
Let's come downstairs. We'll start with Don Coble and then go to Jeff Gluck.
Kasey, Don Coble with Morris News Service. Both races and Saturday, it looked like it was really difficult to pass a leader. Once Kyle even said, once you have track position, it wasn't too hard to keep it. How are we going to see any passing on Sunday?
Well, I feel like the only way is if there's a bigger pack and if there's more cars together. Right there, you can pass some of the other guys as long as you have a car pushing you. But when you get to the leader, I was in line behind Jeff forever, and there was no way I was going to pass him. So we need to keep working, keep trying to get the cars better to suck up a little more on that front car, and then hope for bigger packs. Come Sunday if we want to pass.
Let's go to Jeff Gluck.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. Kasey, if it becomes more of a track position game than in years past, how will that change the strategy of the race? Do you think that people will have to make, if they're going for a winning move, they'll have to make it with 2 laps or with 3 laps to go instead of the last lap?
I think it's tough because you don't know when you get that push, or you don't know when it plays into your time. I mean, maybe it's 20 laps to go if there's no cautions at the end. Maybe 20 is when you get that opportunity to make the pass. So I think you need to be ready at any time to take advantage and get to the front or to second or to third and try to move up. I don't think waiting until the last lap's probably the ticket the way things are right now. But I remember my first couple years here, the fields were really spread out throughout half the 500 or more. Handling played a factor, and just kind of where you were on the racetrack. So it might be more similar to how those days were.
We're also joined by our third place finisher, and that's Austin Dillon. He drives the number 33 Honey Nut Cheerios Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing in Austin. Talk about now the anticipation, the excitement about running in your first Daytona 500 on Sunday.
Well, it's pretty exciting. I'm just glad my grandfather can sleep now. He was wearing me out before that race, especially when those 3 cars got in at the end of the first duel. So it was fun. We just kept it out front with Kasey and some of those guys all day. Worked well together, and it was a blast out there. Just it's pretty tough to pass, so you got to be patient, and that's what we were.
All right, we'll start again with questions for either Kasey or Austin. Back there behind you, Andrew, Lewis Frank.
Lewis Frank Water Week. Austin, a lot of the veteran drivers have been saying that these cars drive like they did 8-9 years ago. Of course, you weren't racing them 8-9 years ago. I was wondering, isn't it maybe an advantage that you have no preconceptions of these cars, and how's your learning curve?
I don't know if it's an advantage. These guys have been in the draft for a long time, and just kind of any experience is good, in my opinion. And you can take a little bit from everything. And after the race, me and Kasey were talking about kind of when we got runs and when we could use them. It was kind of tough, but I think you'll see more guys using what they got out there Sunday, just because when you get a run, you got to use it. And there were certain times when I felt like we could have moved, but it's just so hard because when you get sucked to the back, it's tough.
Over here to Jeff, right to your right there, Betsy.
Yeah, Jeff Foot of RacingToday.com. This is for Kasey. Considering that Kevin is going to be leaving RCR at the end of the season, are you surprised that he's so dominant early in the season here at Daytona, or is it just because this is Daytona and the real season starts at Phoenix?
Well, I think Kevin's always really good here. RCR is always really good at Daytona, and I mean, he's going to put in a full effort all season long. He's a racer, so he wants to run well. RCR wants to run well for their partners and things as well. So I don't see them slacking this year at all. I think Harvick's going to be one of the guys to beat all season long.
Additional questions? Raise your hand. We'll get to you. Right here.
Hey, Kasey, Carlos Mendez, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. I want to ask you about your teammate, Jeff Gordon. Do you see him energized by where he's starting on Sunday?
I think he knows he has a fast car. And when I was out there with him early in the race, I could tell his car was handling, and he had the speed price very similar to what my car had. And I feel I'm really excited for Sunday. So I'd imagine Jeff is also. And he's won a lot at Daytona over the years. So this is a place that he knows he can win, and he has a great shot at winning when he's here.